Hey guys, so today I'm at the new Coburn charging station in Perth. This is supposed to be the newest one with up to 250 kilowatt DC charging. I reached it at 60% state of charge. I was planning on a lower percentage, but unfortunately I had a long drive today, so I couldn't yesterday, so I couldn't do that. We've just plugged in and charging at 60%. As you can see, we are getting 150 kilowatts now. Let's see if it ramps up. Still 160. Now, of course, I pressed the battery temperature regulation before I came here, so the battery should be ready for this. Now we are getting 180, 84 kilowatt. That's not bad. We're at 62%. As you can see here. Okay, we're now getting 170 kilowatts at 63%. Still ramping up. That's not bad at all, actually. This Zeekr 7X is really a monster in terms of how much DC charging it can accept, which is really astonishing. Even at higher states of charge like 64%, it can take up to 160 kilowatts. And now it's getting 170 kilowatts. Other cars, including Teslas, at around 60%, they will not be able to achieve more than 80 to 100 kilowatts. Let's keep going with this charging session and see how much we can achieve. I'm going to change the charging limit to 80%. Which is the etiquette. Actually, unfortunately, most people do not conform to this etiquette when you're doing a DC charging, unless there is some accentuating circumstances. You should always aim not to exceed 80% so that other people can come to charge. So now we are at 67% and we're still pulling around 170 kilowatts, 160 to 170. Now we started to going down to 150 kilowatts, which actually, if you look at the charging curves published for this car, it's actually achieving what it's supposed to do. Keeping in mind that this is not really a ultra fast charger capable of 400 plus kilowatts. It's only capable of 250 kilowatts. Hopefully we will get some better charging stations in Perth. Unfortunately, till now, the best ones are 240, 250 kilowatts. We don't have anything else. And the problem, if you go to a Tesla supercharger, as they are on the 400 kilovolt, on the 400 volt old architecture, although they're called superchargers, they cannot really give this car, because of the inverter capability, more than 80 to 90 kilowatts. We're still going at 69% at 150 kilowatts. That's quite astonishing, to be honest. We have 3 minutes left to achieve 80%. This is what I like about DC charging new 800 volt architecture cars. They are great for road tripping, basically, because you can, go to any charger, get hundreds of kilometers within less than 10 minutes, and then continue with your trip. Okay guys, we're still going at 150. That's good. We're at 71% change state of charge. So now we've dropped to 135 kilowatts at an impressive 72% state of charge, which is still quite good in my opinion. We are now at 74% and we're still pulling 136 kilowatts. Not bad. Now this is an interesting observation. We've reached 75% and actually now we're pulling 186 kilowatt, which is quite impressive. I don't know what's going on with this charger. Maybe it's a charger issue, because we should be going down now, not going up. Well, it's good, which tells you what a monster of a charging beast the Zeekr 7X is. We're now at 78%, pulling 175 kilowatts. That's quite impressive. To be honest, that's really quite impressive. Unfortunately, it's not the best recording today because the sun is in my back, but I'm trying my best. We are now at 79%, still pulling 176 kilowatts. Not bad at all. Okay, we've reached 80%. Let's try increasing to 90 and see if we can achieve more. Okay, since there is no one else in this charging station, I decided now to continue up to 90 to see what's the charging power if we go for the other 10%. Of course, if somebody else comes here, I will immediately stop. We've started at around 80 kilowatts. I mean, we're talking about the state of charge of 80 now. It's not bad. Let's see how much it will ramp up to. 160. My God. 80%, 160 kilowatts. That's really great. I really wish if we have these superchargers here. It would be amazing to see what the Zeekr 7X can do here. I'm also interested in checking the other monsters we have in terms of charging. Basically the Xpeng G6 and the coming G9L, and of course there's a Z9 GT which will come with flash charging. Hopefully they will have it here in the Perth dealer. We'll see how it goes. But now in Australia, the fastest charging EVs we currently have are the Zeekr 7X at 420 kilowatts for this one, the performance model, 450 kilowatts for the base models, and the new Xpeng G6 facelift, which is capable of also 450 plus. The BMW iX3 is only capable of 400 kilovolts, so it's not in the same category. Now I am at 84%, still getting 136 kilowatts. It's crazy, 137 kilowatts. That is really amazing. It is actually very impressive. When I was charging here, there was a BMW i4, which is theoretically capable of 180 kilowatts. It was not pulling more than 80 kilowatts, which tells you a lot about advertised versus real charging capabilities of these EVs. Now we're at 86% at 120 kilowatts. That is still very impressive. I think this is the important thing. Once we have the appropriate DC charging infrastructure in Australia, when you can have cars which can do ultra fast charging, or even 800 kilowatt 800 volt architecture with speeds above 350 kilowatts, range anxiety will be a thing of the past, because you basically can charge anywhere and just for 10 minutes and get hundreds of kilometers back. Now we are at 88%, 105 kilowatts. Let's keep going and see how much we can achieve here. Let's see. We are at 89%, 105 kilowatts. We're going to reach our limit soon. It would not be advisable to go for 100% unless you're going for a long drive, and you should not keep it at 100% without driving it. Okay, we've achieved our target. I think this is an impressive charging session, even with the limitations of the... Okay, it's time to unplug. Okay, so this is the new charging station. So there are two of them. These are supposed to be the fastest chargings we have, 250 kilowatts, as opposed to the other ones we have in RAC Perth, which is 240 kilowatts. Okay guys, that ends our video for today. And as we say, happy charging.